Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this session. In today's session, we will look into um, the problems based on the three-phase power measurement using the two wattmeter method. Just we will briefly go over what is the two wattmeter method to measure the three-phase power. In this method, we are going to use only two wattmeter, and sum of those two wattmeters reading will be the nothing but the three-phase power. So we proved it, W1 plus W2, we get it as root 3 VL IL into cos phi, which is nothing but the three-phase power. So you have to remember this circuit direction properly. Okay, the R, Y, and B phase, respective phase voltages, and you have to remember it is a balanced load. And what is a balanced load? Where the value of the impedance is exactly same and the nature of the load is also exactly the same. Means what? All the impedance, let us say all are 25 ohms and all are RL or all are RC. Okay, the nature of each of this load, if it is exactly the same and the magnitude of the impedance is same, then we call it as a balanced load. This balanced load is connected to a balanced three-phase supply. So these are the terminals that will be connected to the three-phase uh, uh, source, and from that three-phase supply, this is going to draw the power. And when it is drawing the power, this is how we have made the connection. This is the current coil of the wattmeter. Wattmeter has two types of coil. One is a current coil and one is a potential coil. Current coil will carry the line current, and potential coil we will be connecting across the two terminals so that it will have the line voltage. So this is how the wattmeter 1 carries a current of IR, and this particular wattmeter has a voltage of VRY. So VRY will be applied. So what would be the power measured by this wattmeter? It would be the voltage, that is VRY, into current IR into cos of angle between IR and VRY. Similarly, wattmeter 2, it will be carrying the current IB, excuse me, current IB, and it will be having a voltage across it of VBY. What would be the power measured by the wattmeter 2? It is the voltage VBY into IB into angle between this voltage VBY and the IB, cos of the angle between these two entities. When we draw the phasor diagram, okay, so how to draw the phasor diagram? First, you are going to draw the phase voltages. This is the VRN. VRN is nothing but VR or V phase. Okay, this is the phase voltage, VR phase voltage. Then 120 degree we have Y phase, that is VYN, and 240 degree lagging with respect to VRN is the VBN. Okay, first you are going to draw the three phase voltages. Now, what is the phase voltage? Go back to the circuit diagram. The voltage across R phase is the VR, across Y phase VYN, and across B phase VBN. So N is the neutral point. Now the current that is flowing in this, so we assume this as a RL load. In case of a RL, the current lags the voltage by an angle phi. Excuse me. Now you can see this phasor diagram. IR is lagging VRN by an angle phi. Similarly, IY, it will lag by angle phi. Similarly, IB will lag by angle phi. So you have drawn the phase voltages, all the three phase voltages, all the three phase currents. Now, what is VRY? We already know it is a phasor sum of VRN and minus VYN. If we add these two, we get the VRY. Now, we should find the voltage across the wattmeter 1 is VRY and the current is IR. The angle between them is 30 plus 5. So cos of 30 plus 5. Similarly, VBY, this is the voltage across the wattmeter 2, and IB is the current that is flowing in the wattmeter 2. And what is VBY? VBY is equal to VB1 minus VYN. So VBN minus VYN, we get the phasor like this. Now what is this angle? Angle between IB and VBY is 30 minus 5. So that is how we get two important equations that we have to remember. First one is what? W1 is equal to VRY into IR into cos 30 plus 5, and wattmeter 2 VBY into IB into cos 30 minus 5. Once you do this much, the circuit diagram, phasor diagram, once you identify these two equations, then rest of the things is very easy. Now, what we are going to do is, we are going to write this equation in terms of the line voltages. In case of a star connected load, we know VBY is already, it is IL, and in case of a star connected load, line current is equal to phase current. So this is IB is equal to I phase is equal to IL. So in terms of VL and IL, we can rewrite the equations. W2 is equal to VL IL cos 30 minus 5. W1 is equal to VL IL cos 30 plus 5. When we add this and simplify this one, what we get? W2 plus W1 is equal to root 3 times VL IL cos 5. And this side, this right hand side is nothing but the three phase power. That is how 2 wattmeters are sufficient to measure the three phase power. And using the same wattmeter readings, we can also find the power factor. How to do that? We already know. You have to remember this formula, very important to solve any kind of problems on 2 wattmeter method. You have to remember this one formula, W2 formula, W1 formula, W2 plus W1 root 3 VL IL cos phi, and we are going to see the tan phi. Okay, so for the power factor, 4 equations you have to remember. Now what we are going to do is W2 minus W1. Similarly, you will simplify. You get W2 minus W1 is equal to VL IL sin phi. Now I have equation W2 plus W1, that is first equation, then W2 minus W1, second equation. We are going to take the ratio, okay, left hand side and the right hand side. Left hand side, W2 minus W1 is equal, W1 divided by W2 plus W1. We write the right hand sides, okay. This is nothing but VLIL sin phi. This is root 3 VLIL cos phi. What we get is tan phi divided by root 3, because VL and IL will get cancelled. Therefore, tan phi is equal to root 3 W2 minus W1 divided by W2 plus W1. So this is a very important equation. So phi, what is the angle phi? Angle phi is nothing but the voltage, angle between the phase voltage and the phase current. Okay, so that is the cos of this angle would be the power factor. Once if you take this tan on this side, it would be tan inverse of this. You are going to find the angle cos of that angle. So you have to remember this formula. Totally 4 formulas you have to remember. W2 is equal to VLIL cos 30 minus 5. And last time I told you W2 reads the always higher reading than W1. Means W2 is always greater than W1, greater than or equal you can say, but it will be never less than the W1. If in the problem they give the just the wattages, if they give the highest number, you should take it as a W2, and the lower wattage as the W1. That one thing you have to remember. So this is the first equation you have to remember. W1 is equal to VLIL cos 30 plus 5. This is the second equation. Third equation is very simple. W2 plus W1 is equal to root 3 VLIL cos phi, and tan phi is equal to root 3 W2 minus W1 divided by W2 plus W1. So if you remember those equations, then okay. And this is the effect of load power factor on the wattmeter reading. So depending upon what kind of a load we have, you will see we are taking the angle phi. Okay, 0 degree means what? It's a resistive load. In case of a resistive load, angle between the voltage and the current is 0. and this is either capacitive or pure inductive, because angle between the voltage and the current is 90 degree. So when we do the this analysis, we find W2 is always positive, it reads always positive. W1, it can go positive, 0 or negative value. If it is a negative value, I told you the potential coil terminals will be reversed. Okay, you will switch off the circuit, you will reverse the potential coil connection, and you take the reading, but you will take that reading as a negative value. And this is the conclusion. In case of pure resistive, W1 is equal to W, both value you will get the same, and total power is W1 plus W2. If it is 60 degree, wattmeter 1 will read 0, so total power is W2. And if it is greater than 60 degree, W1 will be having a negative value, therefore you get the total power as W2 minus W1. And if the angle is 90 degree, this we get it as negative, but exactly same as the W2 reading. W2 is equal to minus W1. What would be the total power? 0. Okay, that is very imperative, because whenever we have pure capacitance or pure inductance, the power consumed is 0. So total power 0. We'll solve some problems based on this concept. Yeah. So you can see here, example, 2 wattmeter method is used to measure the power taken by a 3-phase induction motor on no load. The wattmeter readings are 375 watt and minus 50 watt. Calculate power factor of the motor at no load. Second, phase difference of voltage and current in 2 wattmeters. Third one is reactive power taken by the load. Okay, now first we'll try to understand what is the problem. 2 wattmeter method is used to measure the power. So that is very easy to understand. We are using 2 wattmeter method to measure the power consumed by the 3-phase induction motor. Here the load is a induction motor, so you don't have to worry about that. The wattmeter readings they have given 375 watt and minus 50 watt. Can anybody tell me which is W2 and which is W1? They have given 2 wattmeter readings. Which is W2 and which is W1? Anyone? Guys? Shifa?
So first one is W1.
This is 375 watt. Is it W1 or W2?
W2, W2.
Very good. So always guys remember, whichever is the highest reading, okay, you take it as W2. So simple is W2 is greater than 1, right? W2 is always greater than W1. So this is W2. If by mistake, if you change this to W1, all your calculations will be wrong. So we know that what are the given values. W2 is equal to 375 watt and W1 is minus 50 watt. Then what we have to do, calculate power factor of the motor at no load. So you don't worry about the motor at no load, just you think it as find the power factor of the load. The load is motor here, that is the power factor you have to find. Phase difference of voltage and current in 2 wattmeters. So phase difference in voltage and current in 2 wattmeters. So what is the formula for W2? Formula for W2 is VL IL cos 30 minus 5. So 30 minus 5 is the phase difference in wattmeter 2, and in wattmeter 1 it is 30 plus 5. And we have to find the reactive power taken. So here wattmeter reading W2 is 375 and lower reading W1 is minus 50 watt. We know the formula tan phi. All the values are given. If you substitute those values and you calculate, you will get the angle phi as 66.18 degree. Whenever you are operating the calculator, when we find this tan inverse, this would be in the radians. So that you have to remember, you have to keep your calculator in the radians mode. So angle 5, we get it as 66.18. What we have to find is the power factor. What is the power factor? Cos of this angle is the power factor. So cos of 5 is equal to cos of 66.18. We get it as 0.404 lag. Why lag? It's a induction motor. It is you can treat it as a RL circuit. That's why we get it as a lagging power factor. And phase angle in wattmeter 2. Why we get it as 32 30 degrees minus 5? You remember the formula for W2. We have the formula, okay, VL IL, and in case of wattmeter 2, the angle between voltage and the current is 30 minus 5. In case of wattmeter 1, angle between this voltage and current is 30 plus 5. So W2, that's why it is taken as 30 minus 5. 30 minus 5, that is 30 minus 66.18. We get it as minus 36.18 degrees. And phase angle in wattmeter W1 is 30 plus 5. Again, same from the equation, W1 30 plus 5. We get it as 96.18 degree. Now reactive power. Maybe you can remember one more formula, this one. Reactive power is equal to root 3 times W2 minus W1. Or this is one way to calculate. The other way is, if you have the phi, W1 plus W2 is the active power. If you divide it by cos phi, then it will become volt ampere, that is apparent power. And if you multiply it with sine of this angle, you will get the reactive power. Whichever way you want to find, you can find. So simple is this. You remember the reactive power formula, root 3 W2 minus W1. W2 is given 375, and W1 reading is minus. So minus of minus becomes plus. 375 plus 50, we get the reactive power as 736.12 VAR. This is the unit for the reactive power, volt ampere reactive. Next problem. A three-phase motor load has a power factor of 0.397 lagging. So power factor is given. What is this value? Cos phi. Cos phi is equal to 0.397. Two wattmeters are connected to measure the power. Show the input as 30 kilowatt. Find the reading on each wattmeter. Now, what we have to find the reading on each wattmeter means W1 I have to find, W2 I have to find. I have two unknowns, so if I get two equations, and then I can solve the two unknowns. And what has been given? The cos phi has been given, and the total input is 30 kilowatt. Total three-phase input means what? That is nothing but the W2 plus W1, right? W2 plus W1 is equal to 30 kilowatt or 30,000 watt. And using this, I can find the angle between the voltage and the current. Cos phi is equal to 0.397. Phi is equal to cos inverse of 0.397. I get it as 66.6 degrees. And we know the equation for the tan phi in terms of a W2 and W1 reading. So tan phi is equal to tan 66.6, 2.311, and tan phi formula we know already, root 3 W2 minus W1 divided by W2 plus W1. W2 plus W1 is already known, that is 30,000 watt. W2 minus W1 can be written as some values, that is tan phi 2.33311 root 3 divided by 30. Now you have to remember, W2 plus W1 you are taking as 30. The resulting value of the whatever the calculation you get, those will be in terms of kilowatt. You have to be very careful, otherwise it is always better to choose this as 30,000 watt. In that case, root 3 divided by 30,000. Here 30 means what? Whatever the resulting answers you are going to get, you are going to get it as kilowatt. At the end, if you write it as watt, then everything will be wrong. So therefore, W2 minus W1 is equal to 40 kilowatt. Now we have two equations. First equation, W2 plus W1 is 30. W2 minus W1 is 40 kilowatt. If we solve these two, so these are the simple linear equations, we can solve it. Okay, if we just add these two, what you get? Two, this W1 gets cancelled with the minus W1. 2 W2 is equal to 30 plus 40, 70. So W2 is 35. Once you find W2, put it in one of the equations and you get the W1. What are the reading? W2 is equal to 35 kilowatt and W1 is minus 5 kilowatt. That is the answer. So you can make the also the conclusion. Since the power factor is less than 0.5, lower wattmeter reading W1 gives a downscale reading. The upscale reading of this wattmeter can be obtained by reversing the connection of its current or potential coil. Okay, we can either reverse the current coil or the potential coil. Okay, full load at a efficiency of 90%. Okay, efficiency will not take. Next problem. Each of the two wattmeters connected to measure the input to a three-phase induction motor reads 10 kilowatt. So what we have, two wattmeters are connected to measure three-phase power. The load is induction motor, reads 10 kilowatt. Means both are reading 10 kilowatt. Exactly the same. If the power factor of the motor be changed to 0.866 lagging, determine the reading of the two wattmeters. The total input power remaining unchanged. Draw phasor diagram in each case. Now we have to understand what is the given problem. A given problem is we have two wattmeters. They are reading 10 kilowatt, and if the power factor of the motor is changed to 0.866, means whatever the power factor was earlier, from that it is changed to 0.866. We have to find W2 and W1. The total input power will remain unchanged. Means what? How much is the total input power? We have 10 kilowatt and 10 kilowatts. 20 kilowatts is the input. It will remain unchanged. So with that understanding, we have to find the what is the wattmeter reading 2 and 1. In first case, what we have in the first case, both the wattmeters readings are exactly the same. That is W1 is equal to W2 is equal to 10 kilowatt. So what would be the total power? Total power W2 plus W1 is equal to 20 kilowatt. Now in the second scenario, first scenario there is no issue. In the second scenario, what happens? The power factor is changed to 0.866 lagging, right? And the total power will remains the exactly the same. As the power factor of the motor is changed to 0.866 lagging, one wattmeter says W2 reads higher and the other W1 reads the lower. We already know that. Since the power factor is greater than 0.5, both the readings are positive. The sum of the two is 20 kilowatt. Okay, you can see it in the 15. Uh, this is the first scenario. Okay, in the first scenario, what is happening? We both both wattmeters reach the same value. We have this is the phase voltage and the phase current both are in phase, and this is how we get it. This is VRN, VY1, VBN, and so on. In the second scenario, we have a power, the power factor is 0.866. This is cos phi. If you find the phi, that would be like 30 degree. And what would be the power, phasor diagram? In the phasor diagram, only thing that we have is the current will lag the voltage by 30 degree. You can see here, this is the voltage, and the current will lag by 30 degree. So now we have two scenarios here. Already we know W2 plus W1 is 20 kilowatt, and tan phi, we calculated the angle phi, and using tan phi we have this formula. Using this formula I get W2 minus W1 as 6.66 kilowatt. W2 plus W1 is 30 kilowatt. W2 minus W1 6.66 kilowatt. We have two equations and two unknowns. If you solve the two equations, you get W2 as 13.33 kilowatt and W1 6.67 kilowatt. Now you can see there is a change in the wattmeter reading because the power factor has been changed. Earlier both the wattmeters were reading how much? 10 kilowatt and 10 kilowatt. That is this scenario. Okay, when the power factor is changed to 0.866, means initially it was a resistive load and slowly it is changed to a RL load. So RL load having a phi of 30 degree, then wattmeter reading changed to W2 changed to, from 10 it became 13.33, and W1 from 10 it became 6.67. But if you see the total power that is consumed, 13.33 plus 6.67, that is 20 kilowatt. That remains the same. Okay, we'll see this problem. Three identical coils, each having a resistance of 10 ohm and reactance of 10 ohm. Means each there are three identical coils, means they are exactly the same. Resistance is 10 ohm, R is equal to 10 ohm, and reactance XL is equal to 10 ohm. They are just given reactance, it could be XL or XC. Are connected in, one is star connection, second one is delta connection, across 400 volt three phase supply. Find in each case the line current and the readings of on each of the two wattmeters connected to measure the power. So this is the given scenario. We have to consider, first they are connected in star, second we have to consider them connected in a delta fashion. What we have to find in each scenario, we have to find the line current, that is IL, and if the two wattmeters are connected, what would be their reading, W2 and W1. First scenario, star connection. First thing you have to do is, you have been given with the resistance and reactance, find the impedance. So what is the impedance? We know that Z phase is equal to square root of R phase plus XL square. So 10 square, square root of 10 square plus 10 square, we get 10 into root 2. That is the impedance. V phase, because this is a star connection, the given data, given voltage is nothing but the line voltage. I told you, when it is not specified, that means it is a line voltage. VL is equal to 400. In case of a star connection, we know that VL is equal to root 3 times the V phase, or V phase is equal to VL divided by root 3. VL divided by root 3, 400 divided by root 3, we get it as 231 volts. Now, what is IL? IL, we know that I phase is equal to V phase divided by Z phase. How we got this? It is from V is equal to I into Z, or I is equal to V by Z. Using that relation, I can say, and we also know that in case of a star connection, line current and the phase currents are equal. IL is equal to I phase is equal to 231, that is V phase divided by Z phase, that is 10 root 2. We get it as 16.33 amperes. We have found out what is the line current in case of a star connected load. Now we have to find what is the 2 wattmeter readings. So when you are doing 2 wattmeter method, you have the angle phi you can calculate, right? How you can calculate the angle phi? You can use a tan inverse x phase divided by r phase. Tan inverse 10 by 10, that is 1. Tan inverse 1 is 45 degree. Once you know angle phi is 45 degree, power factor cos phi is equal to cos 45 degree, that is 1 by root 2, 0.707. And what would be the total power? Root 3 into VL into IL into cos phi. We know VL, we know IL, we know cos of this angle. You can directly calculate root 3 into 400 into 6.33 into 1 by root 2. You get it as 8000 watt. Now, what is 8000 watt? It is the total three-phase power consumed. That is W2 plus W1 is equal to this value. Therefore, we get it as W2 plus W1 is 8000 watt, and we know the angle phi. We know the formula tan phi is equal to root 3 W2 minus W1 divided by W2 plus W1. This is one equation, and second equation we get it from this, that is W2 minus W1 is equal to 4619. If I add these two values, we get it as if you add these two, then W1 will get cancelled. 2W2 is equal to sum of this. We get the value as 6309.5 watt and W1 as 1690.5. So this is one way of solving the problem. What is the other way? Anybody can tell me is there any other way to find W2? See, we already know the equation for the W2. What is a W2? W2 is VL into IL into cos 30 minus 5. VL is known here, right? VL is known, IL is known, phi is known. So we can directly calculate W2. This is one way to find out the W2 and W1. The other way is directly use the W2 formula. That is VL IL cos 30 minus 5 and W1 formula VL IL cos 30 minus 5, that 30 plus 5. Both should give the same exact answer. Maybe you can, as a homework, you can take up this all problems and solve using that method. Now, delta connection, impedance will remain same, whether it is a star connected or delta connected, impedance will remain same, that is 10 root 2. And in case of a delta connection, line voltage is equal to phase voltage, line current is equal to root 3 times the phase current. So here line voltage is equal to phase voltage is equal to 400 volt, that is the applied voltage. And from V is equal to IZ, we can get this equation. I phase is equal to V phase divided by Z phase. We get it as 28.28 amperes. Once we have phase current, in case of a delta, line current is equal to root 3 times the phase current. IL is equal to root 3 times I phase, that is root 3 into 28.28 is equal to 48.98 amperes. And power factor cos of phi, that is cos of 45 degree. Why 45 degree? Because the impedance is the same. Okay, whatever you calculated in the previous case here, right? How you calculated phi is equal to tan inverse x phase divided by r phase. This remains same. There is no change. That's why the angle is 45 degree, and this is the power factor. Now total power is root 3 into VLIL cos phi. You get 23,995. W2 plus W1 is 23,995. You know the phi, tan phi. This is the equation root 3 W2 minus W1 divided by W2 plus W1. Therefore, by solving this equation and this equation, we get it as W2 as 18,924.5 and W1 is 5,070.5. So this is how this is one way to solve it, and the other way is what we can directly use the formula for W2 VLIL cos 30 minus 5 and W1 is equal to VLIL cos 30 plus 5. Always remember the W2 reading is higher than the W1 reading. That is the most important thing. So in this particular problem, you can see they have combined two things. So this is the earlier in case of a star connection, to solve that particular circuit to find the phase entities and the line entities. If it is star connected or delta connected, we solve the problem. In this particular problem, they have combined solving that kind of a problems along with the 2 wattmeter method. So in the exam, they might ask the problems based on the star and delta separately, and problems based on the wattmeter separately, or they can combine like this. So using the star or delta connection, you are going to find what is the total power. Once you know the total power, this is nothing but W2 plus W1, and there is a power factor you can find, and you can find the phase angle. Once you find the phase angle, you can use the tan phi is equal to root 3 into W2 minus W1 divided by W2 plus W1, that formula, and you can get a equation in terms of W2 minus W1. So you have two unknowns and two equations. That is how you can solve for W2 and W1 values.